stream.
I think they couldn't handle the raid.
Alright, and we're back. We're sort of back. Thanks, Firebringer X. You broke the stream with your friendliness.
Let's be honest.
But yeah, thank you. Oh man. Do you guys have any questions for him at this moment? He seems to be leading you into one of these little, like, hallways that, sort of leads into this, tight, corridor. You also
I'll kind of
that...
whisper to him. Oh, go ahead.
What?
I'll kind of whisper to Arkvach and say, the little one, she mentioned that they were here for the tadpoles.
He nods and says, "We'll wait to get that explanation." And you notice that there's lamps, sort of like small bulbs flashing throughout this cave. Several different colors just going off, and you see this old kobold just sort of point to some of his people and say, "Turn the alarms down, reset the traps." And he keeps going and gestures all of you to follow. You are brought to this wide chamber, and it is furnished with different, obviously scavenged pieces of fabric, of cushions, and he sort of like takes a seat at this little rock that has sort of been situated at the front. And he sort of like pats the side next to it, sort of inviting Kajimori to sit next to him, and sort of like gestures to all of you to take a seat. And you see that inside here is 3 other kobolds, and they just sort of like look to the chieftain. He says, "Get us some water for our friends, if you would." And
you said there's like cushions around, right?
Yeah.
So Miyako's gonna like sink into one of those.
He sort of like notices you and says, "Also,
yeah.
Please, would you I'm very sorry that we." And he notices that you're still bleeding.
Yeah.
He's impressed that it's not bothering you too much.
I am pretty beat.
Yeah, and he says, Go and get Tarek, please. She needs healing." And they say, "Yes, of course." And they move away and leave. And he says, "So, my name is Arkvach. I am the chieftain of this tribe of kobolds. Our clan now is Braunfels, but before we were in the Starspire Mountains, as you might have assumed. What has brought you here, underneath the town? What brings you to us?"
I'm not sure if you have noticed here underground. It seems that we've had a recent slaad problem.
He sort of looks up and shares a glance with Kajimori.
Glances back.
And he says, "That is worrying. At first, we had only thought ourselves and Kajimori here were the only ones who cared about this infestation."
Oh, no. I was also wondering, do you have any idea who the grown slaad is that is creating all of the tadpoles?
He bows his head and he shakes it, and he says, "Not exactly. We know a few things that we are privy to due to our home under the city, and our ability to at least wander the Underscale Square when it is available to us. We know that this this slaad, this grotesque beast. It is never in its true form out in the open. It is always under some sort of disguise, we assume. We've tried to nail down and follow it. Try to understand its methods. We only know that it is an individual who walks the streets of Braunfels, wearing disguise of some sort. I'm noting that it must be a magical spell that hides its true form, so that it walks as this tall individual, plainly clothed, a rich coat, and a tall round hat.
So,
And-
question.
Oh,
Sorry. Question
Miyako?
out of character. Yeah. Oh, out of question. This is out of character.
Yeah.
So, do we know I know, like last. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a
we
while.
We were told about the Rakshasa last time, right?
Yeah, you guys were told about the Rakshasa.
Okay.
There is a Rakshasa, as you understand, in town.
right.
So, like, is this what he's referencing, or is he referencing something different? Because I'm a little
He
confused.
seems to be referencing something else.
Yeah.
Okay, so Miyako's gonna kind of chime in at this point. She kind of cocks her head and she goes, "You mean the Rakshasa?"
He furrows his scaly brow.
Hajimori's eyes open up at that.
Yeah. And he says,
Just looks
"What do you
at
know about this Rakshasa?"
Well, it's similar to what you've been describing. It's something that disguises itself as something simple and ordinary on the streets. We don't know what it looks like, we don't know if it smells. We don't really know anything about it. We just know what we've been told.
They are very deceptive. It is the reason I have come here.
Have you
My
encountered
quarry.
one?
It's the reason you came here, the Rakshasa or the
I have been
person
sent
who's been making the slaad tadpoles?
the Rakshasa. I have been sent here to destroy it.
Who?
By yourself?
Who sent you?
It's a long story.
You must be very powerful.
I will do my best that I can.
He, Arkvatch at least, looks to the rest of you and says, "Yes, I understand the nature of the Rakshasa is to change its form, but this is not what I've observed. This individual strikes, and when we are present for these attacks, it is not alone. There's another figure, another spellcaster, it seems, that darkens the area around their quarry. And when their horrid purpose is done, we see at least from what my children have told me, we see a horrid figure. Some sort of immense toad, swiftly making its exit. And upon trying to follow it, soon we lose it. It is once again this tall-hatted man.
Are there any other features about him that you know?
We believe the frog creature to be the slaad.
I've been unable to discern it myself. Knowing its name at least gives us an idea of what we can, I guess, investigate. As my clan only knows the offspring that this creature makes. Terrible. we've had to trap the sewers in order to ensure that my kin are not killed while they roam.
Yes, we've encountered your traps.
Those traps are also for, I'm afraid to say, those who wish us harm from up above. There is an order of which that will not harm you, and that is how we know friend from foe. So whenever those lights go off, and it is of the chromatic kind, we know they mean ill.
It's the chromatic colors.
Yes.
Would you give us this order so we could pass these tunnels safely?
Certainly. You merely need to pick the metallic dragons. The chromatic are ill. They are filled with a greed and a possessive nature. Hence why we use them to harm those who have a similar nature when they pass through.
Huh. That's smart.
Simply pass through the metallic. Oh, sorry?
I blame the halfling.
So
She has much greed.
The metallic dragons give us safe passage, correct?
Lulu's gonna shank me one of these days.
Boy, oh boy.
I swear, Maddox.
Well, I mean,
it was my idea to throw you in the trap.
It's either gonna be me or you,
one of these
Maddox,
days.
So.
to the moon.
Thankfully, Kajimore, you were given the correct pathing by the little kobold that you saved, so you knew about this beforehand.
Yes.
At this point, two kobolds come in, and one of them is wearing a robe, and they also have little construction paper wings sticking out of their back, and he comes in, and he sort of like comes up to the tiefling Kagemore, and he seems beside himself, and says, "Oh, are you alright?
I'm very good, my friend.
I was worried!" And he sort of like
sorry
pats
to
your
worry you.
knees.
I kind of like put my hand on his shoulder. I go, I'm very sorry to worry you, my friend.
You were very loud, and I was hoping you wouldn't have to burn down the barricade with your magic.
I was hoping so as well.
I would have helped, but I had to get my wings on.
You did. They're
This
very
is,
fearsome.
You recognize him as Peekity. Peekity is actually, Maddox, you recognize this kobold too. Although he's wearing wings now and he has this little fancy robe on, this is the kobold that you saved from the bet that the kids were making.
Okay. I note that. I don't necessarily. Well, no. I kind of look at him for a second and I say, I hope you've been avoiding the children in the streets lately. Kind of smile at him.
He turns his gaze to you, and his eyes go a little wide, and says, "Whew." And then he walks forward and he hugs you.
Oh.
And
I'm very like, what the F is going on?
yeah, and
I can just see Maddox like snipping up, going.
yeah, and
"Touch
you
me,
feel
don't touch
this
me, don't touch
little
me."
kobold's
Total
arms
counteraction, like
wrap around you.
Total counter reaction.
Your rogue instincts are disabled, and he pulls back and he just sort of looks up to you and says, "Thank you for that earlier."
I like look over at the others, like the two ladies that are my party members, and I look at them like pleading for help.
And he has this sort of reverence to you as he says, "It was very cool what you and your friends did."
So I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't remember saving this kobold.
That's fine. That's
It was,
fine.
remember when we first found the kids in the alleyway?
Yeah.
And one in a barrel,
Oh,
and
it's
they had a tadpole
him.
in the other barrel.
I wasn't even there, and I remember this.
Okay,
Oh,
what?
boy.
Okay, I need to write that down. What was his name? Can you type it out in chat?
His name is Peekity.
Okay.
Okay. I kind of, after my initial reaction, I kind of study him for a second, and I say, do you know the tunnels well, Small?
He nods and he says, I've been trying to get more of the slaad poles. He sort of like, his eyes go wide at this. And he says, I've been trying to root them out.
I look over at the two leaders, the shaman guy and the guy with the shield for a second, and I say,
Oh, he's
look
not
back
there.
At,
Shield Kobold is
Yeah, I
not
was gonna
there.
say shield guy didn't
Oh,
go.
he left?
Didn't
Okay.
come.
Oh, the
Oh,
shaman
yeah.
guy then, and I
Yeah,
kind of look
they
back
would-
at Creed, and I say, would you be willing to guide us in the tunnels?
I'd be happy if my chieftain would let me go out. And he sort of makes these big eyes to Arkvatch, and Arkvatch sort of hesitates. And he sort of shakes his head a little, and he says, I would prefer he stay. It is dangerous for little ones such as himself to go out, especially now that it is getting later in the day.
Miyako, go ahead.
There will be... The collector will come soon, I expect.
So
I
Miyako
could
kind
try
of
my
like,
best to get them through the tunnels.
yeah. So Miyako kind of looks at the chieftain and she's like, you know, no disrespect to you, but I would rather have someone who we can trust lead us through.
He nods, but he does gesture to the other tiefling. He says, we've given all our trust to Kajimori here. He has done us a great service.
But does Kajimori understand the tunnels?
Yes, I trust him.
Lulu pops up with this and turns to the tiny kobold and was like, I don't think that they can spare you here. I would be worried if you left, and then what would happen if somebody else came and tried to attack your friends? I feel that this guy has got it. I think you are much more needed here protecting your family.
He sort of lets out this big huff.
I also tell him,
crosses his
you
arms.
also must work on your paintings.
He looks up and he says, that's right! I need to win the contest!
The contest?
Yes, tomorrow is the Festival of Colors.
I know. Are you entering to
Miyako rolls her eyes
painting?
and she goes, oh god.
I want to. I don't know if I will though, because every time I go up, someone kicks me. Or puts me in a pot. And it's very bad.
We'll make sure that does not happen this time.
I will go with you. No, you have to enter. You can't let people kick you around like that. You're going to enter that contest, and you are going to do the best artwork ever.
And
Yes.
he says, I don't know if any of my art is good enough.
Your art is. Wait, did you work on the canvas?
So
The big mural?
Miyako interrupts at this point and she goes, look, guys, we have bigger things to deal with. If you want this festival to happen at all, we have to take care of this slaad first, and this Sasha.
Perhaps if you were to offer us assistance, it would elevate the reputation of the kobold people.
He turns to Arkvat and says, they have a point, you know. The chieftain sort of another big huff, and he says, well, I understand. This is very important to you, Pigri. We have to take account for the hardships that are currently in play. There's a Rakshasa in Braunfels. There are tadpoles, carnivorous tadpoles, raiding our sewers and bursting out of the good people up there. And not only that, there is a large slaad having the aid of spellcasters, and I would hate for you to fall victim to one of their Ugh. And he sort of like, sort of goes within himself at the memory of what he's witnessed.
I kind of growl lowly when he starts talking about spellcasters. I'm going to say, spellcasters, I do not fear.
He looks up and he says, "Oh, it's not the spells themselves that you should fear. It is what will come after them."
I understand the ways of magic.
But I'm certain the ways of this creature, this slutty, is alien to you.
I don't believe that these things are unrelated. Surely the Sladdy is creating these tadpoles.
It is. But what frightens me most is whether it is the one directing these attacks or the one that is being led into this train of...
Perhaps the Rakshasa and this lad are working together.
I assume this is the case, otherwise how would it have access to this magic that disguises its form? And not only that, I mentioned before, Kajimori the Collector does come down here for the Sladdy. The Sladpoles. I'm sorry.
If they are indeed working together, then our goals are aligned.
I was hoping something like this would happen. This is a heavy burden you bear.
We've chosen this burden. Some by responsibility, some by circumstance, others by financial gain. But I do believe that we all have a common interest.
As this happens, another kobold enters. It is hard to, like, this one has sort of like a speckled scales, sort of yellow and red, and as they enter, they immediately, like, go towards you, Miyako. And it's sort of like rubbing its hands together, sort of like snapping a little. And each time it snaps, there's this harsh glow, and it sort of like tries to put its hands on your chest.
She kind of like tenses up a little bit, and she goes, "What are you doing?"
They're healing you.
It is all right.
Well, she doesn't know that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Kajimori
I
just
freaked out about a
says
hug. I
that-
mean, you know.
Yeah.
it is all right. They are here to help you.
Right.
And,
So she looks at him like kind of like, you know, a little suspiciously, but then she kind of like relaxes a little bit and like kind of nods.
It does give like a roll of the eyes, and then looks at the wound, sort of inspects it, and then it says, "That's pretty deep." And just sort of like starts massaging the edges of it, and it hurts like heck. But every time it like sort of completes a cycle, there's a soft glow from its fingers, and
She's snarling in the process.
yeah. You are going to get 12
Sweet.
hit points back.
Awesome.
Woo! 12? It says 8.
And it sort of looks towards the chief, and it says, "Have you told them about Alaire?"
4.
And the
Do I get
chieftain
12
goes,
or 8?
you get 12. That's
That's
its spellcasting modifier.
Okay.
And the chieftain says, "I have not." And this kobold sort of looks between all of you and says, "You should know that there is a persistent victim being hunted."
A persistent victim. Who exactly?
Their name is Alaire. This man stays in the Understale Square. They work for this establishment, one of unsavory repute. And And for the past several weeks, there have been many attempts on him.
His name's Alaire, and then he lives under the square.
No, he lives in the underscale
Oh,
square.
in the
Yeah.
underscale square.
And
That's not confusing.
this kobold named Talik, this is who the chieftain requested, says, yes, I've been keeping a close eye, trying to make sure it does not come to the worst, but it's been difficult. Thankfully, he has avoided, or at least barely, has fought back against these terrible creatures with his magic of his own.
What exactly? You said he worked for an unsavory business.
And Arkvetch sort of raises his brow and says, yes, he works at the Cold Melon.
Cold melon.
The Cold Melon.
Okay.
And he specifically works during the Labyrinth Hour, which is a unsavory event that happens every night, of which he is the star. And he sort of like rolls his eyes and just sort of like looks down at the ground. And the only one kind of smiling is Peekity.
Lulu starts to say something, shuts her mouth, and okay.
And then
Cold
Peekity
melon.
sort of looks toward the chief and says, I really want to go with them. Can we make this, one of our top priorities?
Bickery, I will get you tomorrow for the festival contest. However, as for the cold melon, I feel it would be too dangerous for one such as you.
No, it's fine.
It's
I have all
much
of you
too
to
dangerous.
protect me.
Oh, no, I would much rather you stay here, dear little Peekery.
I believe the small one can make it. He understands these tunnels. He is no smaller than you, after all.
I am also an accomplished sorcerer. I have magic.
Really?
That he does.
Good for you.
I never thought you would be the one to hold someone's size against them.
Oh, no, I just don't want him going to the cold melon.
I am not only a practiced artist, but I have many spells at my disposal.
Oh, spells? Such as what spells?
I
Please.
can breathe fire.
You can breathe fire.
Yes.
How is that not a useful ability?
And sometimes, if I flap hard enough, these can make me glide from very tall places. He sort of gives a little demonstration.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Kajimori kind of just like holds his laughter a bit. Like,
If anything ill befalls the young
I can
one,
give you an overhead
have
view
to
of
roll.
the city.
the bard can heal him, right?
And not only that, I have extensive knowledge of the Underscale Square and all of its little nooks and crannies among my people. Only I have such knowledge. They are too frightened. They're scared of people's boots. I'm not. I've grown resistant to their blunt edges.
Out of character,
I-
would Kagemori have knowledge of that?
Would you? I think you would.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
yes.
So Beakry is... He boasts. I don't think you've seen him use the wings, but I think you have seen him use a few cantrips.
Mm-hmm.
Just a few.
I go. He is learning. very rapidly.
You do see the workings of a sorcerer, maybe, but it's certainly going to.
Be a
It's
while.
certainly a work in progress.
Yes.
And he
Yeah,
says
normally I'm
he
not
is
really all
very,
that stuck.
he is very intelligent.
And he says, not only that, but if you pursue a lair, I can help you find him. I'm a big fan.
I look back at the chief and I go, would it be all right if he comes with us and I take him under my wing?
Does he still kind of have a hero worship thing going on with me?
It's sort of between you and the tiefling that has arrived, because it appears he has the same devotion towards him, but it's a more recent development. You seem to feel like.
Okay. He picks his mentors well.
Arkvetch sort of does look disapprovingly at this, but he does say, "I've given my opinion on this.
I shall respect your wishes, Elder. Go,
Do
be
not-
greedy. Another time.
If any, so yeah, the Elder is still not convinced. Picuri is very intent on this. What do you guys really want to do?
Gosh, do I intimidate or do I persuade?
Oh my god.
So Miyako,
Who
at
knows?
this point is that
What do I do here?
HP. So she kind of waits to see what you guys are gonna do. She is not gonna really say anything though.
Let me see what I get.
She's actually a
Kajimura is
little
like kind of torn because Pikri is his good friend, and he does want to see him come up with him and do all the things that he wants to do. But at the same time, the Elder is who rules here, so he's very torn. Inside it hurts him to tell him, we're going to have to wait a moment till things get handled.
Yeah, at this
I
point,
respect the Elder's wishes.
Miyako's actually taken an interest in Tiefling because it's another one just like her. It's not, every day that you come across that. So she's kind of she's not really per se staring at him, but she kind of gives him a side glance, but then returns to, the others.
Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say, I kind of turned to the elder Picuri and I was like, I know that you very much want to go with us to the Gold Melon. However, I really could use your help going to the art festival tomorrow. If your elder allows it, I would be able to accompany you, so you might not have so many boots possibly kick you. If that's agreeable.
Why are you all so against a guide? We need a quick way through these tunnels. We do not have the time. The longer we wait, the more of these tadpoles that are spawned against us.
We already have a guide.
Yeah, Miyako nods and she goes, I agree, he's right. We need to figure these out because if this festival is to go on, then we need to figure out how to stop these things.
I thought we already had a guide.
I
I understand that Kajimori is a hunter, but none know these tunnels as well as those that live here. We can protect the little one. We protect you, don't we?
I mean, you throw me into traps.
You
So
survived, didn't you?
Kajimura lifts an eyebrow at that, just kind of
And
looks.
Miyako turns there and she goes, well, you survived, didn't you?
I still have half my hit points. So yeah.
Whoa.
I barely
All right.
have any left, so.
Well,
Definitely
it sounds
in full
it definitely
cat
sounds like Maddox is for it. Kajimori is sort of and the halfling and the other tiefling definitely no.
Nope.
I mean, honestly, at this point, Miyako doesn't really care.
Okay. Well,
'Cause you can go either way.
Arkvatch sort of puts his foot down and says, Picuri, I understand you are wanting to help, but we still have much to do down here. And other than that, it's not safe up there. I do wish you would stop sneaking off and abandoning your patrols in the sewers. You do have magical power, it's true, and a certain inventiveness, but save that for tomorrow, perhaps. And Pikri,
Kind of put my hand on his shoulder, kind of like nodding.
Today is the day that we need to defeat these creatures. Tomorrow will be too late. Let the young one become a hero of your people, if that is his will. He clearly shows the intensity and the dedication to go off on his own. Perhaps merely you're holding him back from what he is to be to your people.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh boy, that's rough. Very good.
Ugh, intimidation was so much better.
I'm gonna roll against you just to see what happens because he's also gonna make a case.
I mean, beating at 12 can't be that hard. Man.
He shakes his head very firmly, and he says, "I understand how greatness must be quite valuable up there on the surface, but I'm afraid down here it's a different story. We need unity. We need tradition and a family. We cannot have him abandoning that just yet when he is so young."
You totally sound like Moana's dad right now.
Don't you dare make that assumption. Okay, I am actually gonna go to the bathroom now that we have reached this impasse.
I need a break. I need food
You guys, while I'm gone, I need you to come up with a plan of what to do next. You can do this in character or out of character. But I'm going to go to the bathroom. Be back in a moment.
Be back.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk to Pikri before we leave.
That's not one. Okay.
Danger zone. I'm here, guys. Don't worry about it. I got you. Everybody ran away. I know, I'm trying to get this kobold to come with us. We need a guide. As he's supposed to become the most epic magic user of the kobold people ever. Needs a group of intrepid adventurers to come along and take him under their wing. I don't know any bad jokes. I don't even know any good jokes. Never remember them.
Oh, everybody went to the bathroom.
Is that me?
Hey.
I've been not telling jokes to entertain the masses.
That's pretty beautiful. Thank you. I guess thanks for everybody who's in the chat right now. We appreciate you guys hanging out, and yeah, let us know what you think, because now I can actually pay attention to the chat a little. But you wanted to do something, didn't you?
Yeah, since you're the only one here, I wanted to tell you real quick before we leave. I'm actually going to kind of, if an opportunity presents itself, I'm going to kind of pull Pikri aside and say, I admire your spirit and I believe that you can be a champion of your people. And when we leave, I want you to follow us. And then
The biggest smile is
I
on
just-
his face right now,
Oh God.
and
then I just kind of, nod to him like I believe that he can do it, and then I just kind of walk away.
Okay.
Maddox. Maddox.
If it's not me she's gonna slap, it's gonna be you.
Just
No,
let
she's
both
just gonna
of you.
shake.
Right.
She's just gonna full on shank me one day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, man, this is awesome.
4, we're proud of you too.
I love you guys. This is great.
We love you.
I love all of you. That's a tasty banana. Well, currently you are all in the Underscale clan's warren beneath Braunfels in the sewers that they upkeep and built. What would you like to do?
I would like to.
Go ahead. Please.
I would like to go see this Alaire person
Oh yeah.
at the Cold Melon because apparently he knows a little bit what's going on, or he's being directly targeted by
Wait, what was his
somebody.
name? Can we post it in
Alaire.
Alaire.
the chat? Go lay down.
I feel like we should get on these tadpoles. Like, we have a hunter now. If he knows the sewers, then let's go. Let's go get these things.
The tadpoles, but we also need to find out who the main person is. So we also should be on the lookout for somebody in plain clothes, a rich coat, and a round brim hat.
Tall.
We're not going to
Tall.
find him down here, though. That's something we'd be looking for upstairs, above ground.
Well, those are the
Good.
two things that are most on my mind, at least right now.
Yeah, we definitely have to, because that's who the Rakshasa is, I think.
Are we sure that that's the Rakshasa? Because didn't they say it wasn't the Rakshasa? That was the slaad, but he was using spellcasters to make him appear a certain way.
Apparently,
I thought
that's what they think.
Mhm.
They think that Arkvetch, the chief, thinks that they're using some sort of magic to make the slaad look normal, like a man
Yeah.
of some sort. And then
Oh, so they're
after
making the sled look like the guy in the hat.
yeah, and
Yes.
then after the attack, at least for a little while, he's still a slaad. And then they either disappear or they turn back into that person.
So the Rakshasa is using magic to make him look like a person.
Either the Rakshasa or through the Rakshasa's approval or his what's the say?
Another wizard or something, another
Something like that.
spellcaster.
You have confirmation that the kobolds have witnessed and are investigating the attacks. They've seen a spellcaster at the very least aiding these attacks, either by making
In the tunnels or above ground?
above ground. The above ground attacks against the people of Braunfels are being attacked in this manner. They did tell you that that of the figure of what that figure looks like. They told you about the one person in Braunfels that's sort of being like repeatedly attacked.
Ilar.
Alaire, yeah.
Alaire.
That's been going on for a week now. And you also know that they talked about a collector, someone who comes down into the sewers, and you didn't get much information after that. But Kajimori, you would know that they spoke of this collector in like a boogeyman tone. They know that someone comes down into the sewers with a basket in each arm, and they collect the tadpoles that make their way down into the sewer. Usually the sewers are infested with these things, but ever since the collector showed up, that has been like exceedingly less.
We wouldn't know that, right?
A collector working for the good guys?
You don't know.
Yeah, well, we know.
You
would
don't know
just
who
that, right?
this collector is, but the kobolds say someone comes in the sewers with two baskets, one with red ribbons and one with green ribbons,
Do they?
Hmm.
Do they know
and
what it looks
they collect the slaad poles.
like? So one with red ribbons.
And we
one
have no
with-
idea what they're doing with them.
Exactly.
So collector.
What
one with
day do they do this collecting? Is it coming up? Is it today by chance?
They do say that it usually happens in the dead of night. Very, very late.
Like every night?
They can't say every night because this person does like move throughout the entire sewer of Braunfels. They say usually it's in either the Underscale Square or in the Roman Moss Square.
And you said one with red ribbons, one with green, correct?
Green, red and green.
It's Christmas, guys.
The red one always seems full. The green one, never. The green one always seems very light. And they usually only put the slaad poles into the red one. For some reason, the green one never gets used.
Hmm.
Collecting colors.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I am, I mean, I know we do need to go talk to this person that's getting attacked a lot, but I kind of feel like we're already down here. Like, why not try to investigate the source of this nest a little bit?
It's up to you guys. You have like 3 different trails you could follow. Some
We
of them
still
don't.
have to take Nara's horn back.
Yeah.
No, but
You still have that one trail with the crimson.
yeah, but I feel like the Crimson is this either the same person as this Rakshasa or it's the same person as this Slaad. And I kind of want to hold off on that until we have a little more experience fighting these things.
Yeah, you never really like gave them a time of when you would come back. You would just come back, and
No.
that would be when it was ready.
As far as I know, we haven't even got Nara yet, so they have no
That's
idea.
true.
I mean, unless they got spies.
Yeah, they
following.
don't even know if we found her yet.
It's true.
I feel like getting some experience, finding out some more about these Slaad, maybe finding out some more about even the main Slaad behind it before we go to this meeting. If we're armed with some information that could be crucial, but that would be wise, I think.
I think if there's anything that they are hiding, they're going to be hiding it down here. So
I look over at Kajimori and say, what is your mission specifically?
my mission is to kill the Rakshasa. He is my quarry, or she,
At this
So
point,
the-
Miyako
it's a
raises
demon.
an eyebrow.
a fiend.
So the Slaadi are not part of your mission.
No, but they are part of my concern.
It definitely seems the Rakshasa has some ploy with this Slaad
Yeah.
in
feel like
your
they are.
investigation, Kajimori.
They are definitely connected. I just don't know how. But with your assistance, I may be able to find out more, add to my investigation.
That's our investigation as well.
Well,
It would be our investigation, yes.
we are here now. Perhaps we should explore the sewers before we go above ground again.
It's worthy noting that if we are pursuing spellcasters, I am one. So I know what things to look for within the arcane.
I kind of narrow my eyes a little bit at this, but I don't see anything.
I
I don't like spellcasters. I'm sorry. It's been ingrained into me since I was captured as a small child.
A small kitten!
I was a small kitten.
I know, but I've been doing some spell work too, and then like I don't
Well,
trust spell.
I've mostly seen you heal so far,
True.
and halflings just confuse me. So I'm just more curious than anything else right now.
Alright, what are you guys doing?
Well, I've said my piece. I don't. Do you guys want to go explore the tunnels or no?
I don't really care. Like I
Lulu
said,
wants to role play with everybody and not fight.
That's
I mean,
what Lulu wants
I
to
could
do.
do I could do
Like-
kobold voices for 5 hours more.
to be honest, like I said,
I'm like, let's
Miyako's-
at least stab one thing.
Yeah.
Hey, just
One
because
thing
you
at a time.
haven't hit anyone
Stabby
doesn't
kitty,
mean-
stabby kitty.
I did get to shoot a magical
Stabby
bolt of
tiefling,
darkness.
stabby
You
tiefling.
I feel somewhat exonerated
Satisfied.
for this session.
Speaking of which,
Let's go hunting. I wish to go hunting.
I say I could
Okay.
also pose another plan of action. This collector, we don't know much about him. We don't know why he collects. We could also lie in wait and then follow to see what he does with these tadpoles. He's collecting them for a reason. I believe it might not be a good one.
Not to mention he's collecting in strange colored baskets.
Lulu kind of looks up and sighs, like, I don't know. There's too many paths. I'm not good at choosing. Whatever you guys think is best, I'm sure is cool, as long as we kind of get stuff at least a little bit settled down by tomorrow. Hopefully. And not die in the process. That's preferable.
Always in this line of business.
Should we try and find this collector?
Archveg does say that they sort of haven't driven off the collector, only because he has been taking the slaad poles away from the sewers.
Miyako kind of pipes up and she goes, well, if he's collecting slaad for whatever reason, then maybe he'll lead us back to whoever's all behind us.
But we don't know his purpose. Is he collecting them to destroy them, or is he collecting them for some more nefarious reason?
Well, it could
Is he
be
trying
like,
to freeze them?
That is something I fear as well.
well, it could also be the same with the girl that we just, Nara Hogan?
Yep.
Yeah, it was
Uh-huh.
Nara.
Because she was doing basically the same thing. She could just, this person might not know, the collector might not know what's going on and just have noticed this slaad infestation. I just don't want to pursue something if we know that it's not directly related to the bigger picture of trying to get these slaad to calm down and stop infecting people.
Well, I feel like this is all related.
I
This
know.
collector, someone that has been hired. Nara was down here hunting these things to protect her city and reclaim her spot in the Thieves Guild. She had a reason for being down here. The only reason we stopped her from doing what she was doing was because she had a history with Miyako that needed to be resolved.
So Miyako kind of like balls her fists up at this, but she doesn't say anything because it's still
Still pretty
kind of
fresh.
deep in her mind. Yeah.
Yep,
a
you
little
still
bit.
have your own little horn.
Oh, I know. It's kind of like why she's balling up her fist.
Uh,
Are you pregnant with a tadpole?
Me?
that's an important question.
No, Miyako.
Oh, Miyako. Miyako, are you pregnant with tadpole?
What?
Why would you ask that? First of all, where the hell did that even come from?
Wait.
Did you have someone spoken horror that's about to be sprung upon us?
What?
That'd be the greatest surprise ever.
Right? Like, what?
Ozzy, are you pregnant with the tadpole? This is something we need to know. Do you have a tadpole baby in you?
No.
How do we know? I don't know.
How do I
Crosby.
know there aren't ones in you?
We already went over that one.
Yeah, I already
That was-
had my pregnancy scare. That's
That was Lulu's first time with us. First time's always the roughest. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Oh,
All right, so what are we doing? Are we exploring the underground before we try to find this?
I go through the structure is tied. then we are going to need to completely destabilize him from the bottom up.
Makes
They
sense.
seek greed. They seek power. And many different identities. We need to destabilize them. And if he is working with the slaad, we should destabilize the slaadi first. Take away some of his power.
That makes
I'm-
sense.
I'm all for it.
What sort of action will that take?
Posed. Point over to Maddox. I say, it seems like dealing with these tadpoles might be something worth noting. Trying to see where they're spawning, where they come from.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we should find the source. I think the source of these creatures, in the tunnels, not the person we're hunting above us. I think finding the nest of these things will provide some answers that we will need for the next encounter with the big guy.
I agree.
Sounds good. Let's do that.
Let's do that. Hey, you owe me a Coke. Jinx.
Alright.
You didn't say drinks first, that doesn't count.
Uh-oh.
Well, I just said it before you did, so it still counts.
No, it doesn't count because you didn't say drinks before.
Jinx,
Well,
Loman.
Okay, so where are you guys gonna go now?
We're
So
gonna
we-
go hunting slug babies.
Mm-hmm.
All right, is that in the sewers, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. yes.
Yeah.
So you've already sort of made your way through the majority of the underscale sewers. So you would probably have to make your way to the roaming moss square and get through there. Kajimori, you would be able to help them get there because you've certainly like you've been around with Peekry a bit. So
Yeah.
you would probably be able to get an investigation check just to sort of like make sure they get through where they need to go.
Right.
All right. And as you guys leave, Arcfetch does sort of like pat all of you on the hip or shoulder or wherever he can say good job, and you do see in the distance near a wide corridor that goes deeper, you see that kobold with the shield sort of sitting down, and Talik, the one who healed you, Miyako, is sort of tending to the crossbow bolt that got into his leg, just sort of like massaging the wound, and he does shoot all of you a very harsh glare as you leave.
Can Lulu stop before we leave, noticing the sky? Can I give him a little bow and draconish, whatever, say, I truly am sorry for invading your home, and I wish no harm on you or your people. I apologize. And then just keep on walking, because I do not want any ill feelings towards any of these guys. They make a beautiful mural. I'm just trying to no conflict.
Yeah, it's true.
It's cool.
All right. Well, before you can get a word out, you're gone.
Yep. Boom.
All right. So go ahead and just roll me an investigation check, Vincent.
Alrighty. Is this
And the
with
rest of you roll me perception checks.
Perception.
Is this with advantage?
Nope.
Peekry's knowledge. Okay.
Also, did we have a short rest?
I do not know.
If you guys want to have a short rest and recover hit points, definitely. I'm
at
going to
full
say
health, so-
right now you can totally just go ahead and level up to level 4.
I was about to
Oh.
say.
Just since I sort of should have done that during the break, but I just realized, you guys should probably level up.
So, level 4, what do we
That's
roll
fine.
for that? And then
Um,
Your,
share those-
whatever
for-
your hit die is.
Yeah, you would just go ahead and roll your hit die, and if it's lower than the average, you take the average.
I don't know my hit dice.
I got a really good one.
So that 16 is very good.
Oh, that's so much better than me. How do I only have 1d8?
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
Miyako, you get 7.
Nice, Miyako.
Nice.
Plus her con, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's
Plus
what
your
I forgot.
con. Plus your con, yeah.
Oh, cool. Beans. I got 33.
Wait,
No
so
worries.
is that plus my con too, or no?
Yep.
Yes, it's plus your con. What's your con?
Modifier.
Modifier.
Constitution modifier.
On.
4.
Yo.
As we go along, I'm
Cool.
gonna kind of trail behind everybody, kind of stick to the shadows a little bit. As we go, I'm gonna just take my claws a little bit and just make a little X on the wall every once in a while.
Gotcha. Smart.
Ooh, good job.
Smart. Everybody else roll their hit die and stuff.
I'm good. And then we
Alright.
get +1 to
I
an
actually did
attribute,
that
right?
the other day.
You
I
get
thought-
2. You get 2 points to an attribute, or 1 point to 2 attributes, and that's only to the
for-
score, not the modifier. And yeah, what was that?
What do you mean?
I was just gonna say I thought that we were gonna be 4 when we started the session, so I already did all this the other day. So I'm just gonna go from here.
That's okay.
Yeah, well, I haven't done it. What? So if I wanted to boost strength, can I just boost that up too, or?
Yeah, you would
Yes.
put it into the score, which is the larger number.
Which means I got my Mage Slayer now. So
It
Yeah.
does. You do have that.
I have 3 strength. Awesome.
Okay. And
I
I just need a perception check from Miyako.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that 18.
natural 20.
nice.
Ooh.
Heck yeah. What do I
Okay.
see?
So,
Oh
the
my
trip through the sewers north leading to the Roman Mosque Square is a bit of a doozy. It's gonna take a couple hours to get to where you expect to need to go, and it does involve crawling through most of the tunnels. Some of them are trapped, but the colored markings next to them do alert you to which ones that you should take. So if you guys do follow the metallic dragon sort of sense, it does activate something, but no effect seems to occur in some of them if you're able to like keep moving through them at a steady pace. But yes, I think beyond that, you guys push forward. Everybody is sort of like peering here and there, trying to, I guess, check for any like splashing slaad holes or something like that. But Miyako, you nobody else is able to hear this, but Miyako, you hear the you hear claws on stone, sort of like skittering in step patterns behind you. You guys are probably like 30 minutes into this, and you see that little kobold peakery
My
Oh my
intrepid
god,
little
of
friend.
course.
sort of jogging behind you
My
guys.
intrepid
Oh my
little
Wait,
adventure.
I see this though, nobody else sees it, right?
Nobody else really notices this because he like stops every now and then just to sort of like, okay, have they noticed me? No? Okay, let's go.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
thinking my little
So I
nieces-
stop
Yes.
and I turn around and I'm like, guys. And I look closer, I'm like, Peakery, what the hell are you doing?
I turn around when she says peakery.
I just
And I
slouch my
spot him.
shoulders like,
I actually stop since I'm behind everybody, and I just turn and I smile and I reach out to him.
Oh man. He realizing he's been caught just runs up and just tries to like low five Maddox. And
I totally go for it 100%. I say well played, little one.
he said,
Max is
"Ah!"
just shaking her head the whole time, like, you've gotta be kidding me.
He says, well, I can't trust all of you to tackle all this work yourselves. I'm not going to leave my clan in debt. I'm going to
I
ensure
believe you're I believe your
Going
help
to-
will be valuable.
I'm going to ensure that you receive the aid that you need.
I just turn around with like a smile. It's like, maybe there is a hero within you after all.
Oh.
I
And
can't. I
he
can't
just
imagine.
his scaled palms just go.
I can't
my
imagine
God.
what
And he lets out
Arbok is
like a
gonna think
little
about
like
this.
squeak.
I just smile at Lulu as we passed. I say, trust the little one.
I would
If
look out
something
for them.
happens to that tiny kobold, I will replicate it on your ass 3 times over.
Oh dear.
She's already getting attached. It's great.
He smiles at the little, the mini thread or whatever, and and he just kind of says, I will look out for you.
I just love the fact that she's already getting attached.
As will I.
All right. Well, Miyako, as you guys keep moving forward, your new buddy in
Oh my
tow,
god.
he seems very reluctant to leave. Sort of like his little tail just keeps like hitting the wall as you guys keep going because he's so excited.
Since he's with us now, can I go ahead and take point with him, guiding us?
Yes, of course.
I was
And-
only trailing behind and leaving marks so he could follow us. That was the only reason I was back there.
Mhm.
Well, I can continue to make the marks. 'Cause
Yeah,
I've
if you want to
noticed
do
now-
that, so we,
I
as a
figure.
trail
Well,
breadcrumb.
here's the thing. I figure with my nat 20 perception check, I can notice also that you've been putting marks on the wall. If that's
That's
okay.
actually
Cool.
true. She knows.
Yeah.
Okay. So I kind of continue that as we go along.
You also know, Miyako, after about an hour and a half of you guys walking through these sewers and going through these marked tunnels, you notice that there's one spot where the water is running pretty steadily that you see some splashing.
Well,
And-
splashing how?
Like you sort of see something like flopping sort of like in the shallow water, and you see further down there is like a little like so you know when you're walking down the street and you see like these little like rain like vents for like when rain is raining down.
Yeah.
You see that as well as some, we'll just call them slop holes, where what is supposed to come down.
Who?
No, that's it. And
The pinhole.
now the yeah, now the what doesn't come down, but you do notice that like 2 or 3 shapes just sort of like wiggle out of both of these holes.
It's a poo monster.
And sort of like land in the water.
Can I go over and look at them
It's a bad lunch.
closer?
Yeah, if you get closer, you notice that these are definitely slat poles. And you're the
so
only.
I kind of like stop, like I kneel down and I actually grab one.
They're covered in poo.
Give me a
She doesn't care.
give me a strength check, really quick.
She's a tiefling. She doesn't
I
care.
start throwing up a little bit in my mouth.
Oh boy,
Doing the cat heaving.
He's got.
Boom.
Oh damn. So
like a hairball.
you're able to definitely just sort of like yeah,
I don't lick myself.
and you pick
That's a cool.
one of these things up. In one swift move, I'm just gonna go ahead and roll for it. It's really bad though. Nope. It's you catch it by the tail. It's like grabbing a fish, just with how like wriggly it is, and the moist skin is just very unsavory to touch. Now the other 2 are just sort of like floating down the stream of the water that goes down, and they like notice what's happening. So then they like sort of like snap at you, but they're kind of being pushed against the flow of the water, and they can't like leap out to get you. The other one though is sort of like flailing in your grasp.
So Miyako like holds it out like this, and she says, "Guys, you might want to take a look at this."
I can see it from over here. Thank you.
But it's fine. It's
And then she'll like drop it. or like, well, I'm trying to think of if she probably would end up killing it. So she'd probably take out one of her daggers and stab it, and then she, like, as she stabs it, she goes, well, there's actually more where that came from, and she points to the hole that she found.
You sounded so New Jersey right then. She takes out one of her daggers.
Takes out
Oh,
dagger.
Takes out the
Kills
dagger
the
and-
It was
slaad.
probably the
He's
gonna
Chicago in
stab it.
me.
I can only do Yankee. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But apparently I can do
Did a
Southern
pretty
too.
good yokel on Thursday.
But what happens next is she dispatches this slad pole. You all see these other, creatures going down this sort of like stream that keeps going down. And I think all of you sort of hear a sharp yelp from somewhere deeper in the sewers.
Oh shit.
No, Peaker is still with us, right?
So yes, he is.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like him.
But you hear a sharp ah!
Yeah.
So the other slad poles at this point are still alive. They're just coming from a certain place and kind of.
Yeah, they seem distracted by you guys, but then they sort of like turned around and like kept wiggling down the slow stream.
I really don't want these slabby just kind of roaming around. Is everybody like out of range within 10 feet of them? I guess.
I'd say Miyako had to go a little ahead of you guys to get the ones she wanted.
Mhm.
Yeah.
These ones just sort of pass by you guys, so they're like probably like 10 feet away now.
Okay. So now that they're 10 feet away and we're 10 feet away from them, just because I want them dead, and also because there is water, I am going to
You
cast Shatter.
Shatter. All right, what does that do?
Basically, within a point, I'm going to have a roll of lightning, and then every creature within that 10-foot area is going to take either 17 damage, or if they pass the DC, they're gonna.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh shit!
I think
Okay.
Then
only
half
one.
damage.
I think only one pass. No, wait, they both fail. No, one succeeds. One succeeds.
One succeeds. Okay, so
Really?
that takes half damage, which is whatever that is.
I think it's
math, man.
9.
Yeah, so 9 and then 17.
Okay. Well,
'Cause I hate all of these guys. They're
Well,
just the worst.
I think it's
Oh,
still
God.
dead.
Well, wait, did she? So what were these were on the other two slide that were in the pond?
Oh, sorry. What?
What was this on again? Were you facing this one?
This was.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh God.
Oh.
Don't
Okay.
don't say that. No.
I know,
don't say
that always scares me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They both
Yeah.
pass.
They both
And,
pass. Okay.
Your lightning
So they both take
strikes. Your lightning strikes the water, but it doesn't seem to have as much effect as you like. It seems as though like the lightning just sort of slides off their skin as they wriggle around, and they seem healthier than you would have imagined with that lightning strike.
So the one that I stabbed, that one's dead, right?
I'm just gonna say you can go ahead and kill it.
So
Okay.
it turns out that urine and feces does not conduct electricity.
When it is on a slad pole, no.
No. The slad pole might have like I don't know, lightning resistance or
It's got
something.
an extra coating.
Oh,
I'm not
boy.
even gonna try after that. I'm just like, ugh,
Oh, boy.
no.
Well, I'll try to blast one with an Eldritch Blast.
All right,
Ooh.
go
Are we
ahead
at
and
initiative?
roll me an attack, because these guys aren't interested in you. They're just sort of like,
Yeah.
sort of trying to like swim downstream.
Yeah, I wasn't even planning on like taking these guys on. I was just gonna kill the one and then move on.
But
Okay.
see, I don't want them just like
That
slithering
hits.
around.
Yeah, we gotta-
You're able to dispatch one of them.
We gotta destroy everything we come across with these things.
Yeah.
Okay.
True. Very true.
And then you hear further in, just sort of a come back here.
Does
Is that
everybody
Pickery?
hear that?
Pickery just sort of looks at you guys and like,
And everybody hears that, right?
yeah.
I look at him
Where
and I
did
say,
it come from?
Further down these tunnels through several. This is another area that has trapped tunnels, which are the only means of passing.
At this point, Miyako has her
let's
other
throw the
dagger
halfling
out.
down there.
Oh my god, no!
Miyako's in approval.
No.
No, like she.
Do not
At this
throw the
point, Miyako has both of her daggers out, so
Okay.
she's not playing around anymore.
Okay.
She can heal herself. I mean, what the
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying she's like done with all this crap. Like she's.
I'm just giving Abby trouble because it's funny.
Hate Maddox so much.
What are you gonna do? What do you guys do?
You love the
Miyako
kitty.
pulls out her daggers. There are a
Yeah,
few.
well-
There are like maybe like 3 more slad pulls going downstream.
And they're all coming from the point where we hear the voice.
No, they seem to be
No.
coming out of.
They were, yeah, in this pole, this like little like pond.
Yeah,
pool
they
thing
seem to be
that I found.
crawling through the spaces where waste and rainwater would come down.
Like the
Yeah, from the they
Sewer
come from the
sewer-
surface from what you
yeah.
understand.
and it seems like there's a pretty steady stream of them.
Oh, right now there is.
Can I raise the illumination in the area where the voices were coming from?
Illumination. What sort?
Light.
I would like to bring the light.
All right.
It's not gonna, you know, again, it's not gonna create like a light spell or anything like that, but it's definitely gonna, you know, reduce the shadows, bring up any available illumination enough to be able to see what.
Okay. So you sort of point past one of the tubes, and you sort of go snap, and this glow forms. Now there are like little spots of light where there are like sewer grates or something like that, but this just illuminates the area beyond these 3 tubes.
Okay.
And then you hear some more splashing.
Like running away.
Not necessarily running away, more like a darting, like sort of like a dodging.
So they weren't stoked about the brightness in the area. So
I guess not.
okay, well that's what I can do unless we're gonna roll initiative or something.
No, it doesn't seem. Well, that's up to you guys. Just make declarations.
Yeah,
I think
I'm not gonna go near the ones that are in the food water. If you guys want to take those out, that's fine. But
No,
I'm
I
not
wasn't
gonna-
planning on, taking those out either.
Pickery sort of looks around and says, "Oh, so this is what we are doing, okay?" And he sort of like wiggles his little scale fingers and just sort of like flaps his cardboard wings.
Oh my god.
Can you kill the tadpoles?
And he's going to roll 20. Okay.
Nice. Well, I mean, between Kajimori and Pickery, they should be able to nuke everything from range, so we
Yeah.
don't have.
He sort of like
Well,
blasts
I'm right
it.
there.
He sort of
If
like
you want to get poop
blasts
water on
it.
you, that's fine.
This sort of like bolt of fire lashes out, and it definitely strikes the slad pole, but the fire just sort of like slides off its skin. It's not even like scorched from this blast, and he's like, seems very frustrated.
Direct hit, Pickery.
Yeah, but it's not very.
I think they may be resistant like me.
That's true. And
At
he sort
this
of.
point,
Yeah, go ahead.
this point, I'm very frustrated because nothing seems to be working on these stupid, at least fire or lightning. So I'm gonna see if
Yeah, fire and lightning magic, for some reason, not having as much effect as you might have wanted.
Let's see. I don't want to do. Do I want to do sleep or do I want to do blindness, deafness? No, I want to do.
I would say.
I want to try sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sleep on what?
Sleep on one of the slatty.
I feel like that's
Okay.
a waste of a spell.
There's only like, maybe like, let's see. No, there's like 3 left, definitely. So go ahead.
I just
Well,
want to
but I
see
mean-
kind of what works.
Are we trying to get rid of them? Is that what's going on?
I would like to.
I
Yeah.
think we're trying to eliminate everything we come across when it comes to these tadpoles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I would like to clear out this nest if possible.
Okay, so
Oh!
sleep.
Damn. Holy shit.
That immediately takes effect. Let's see. And there's no saving throw on their part, right?
Mm-mm. Just that many hit
Points
points.
worth.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think so, especially with
So at least... Actually, no, that's enough. All three of them go to sleep, and they like make one last splash, and then they just sort of go limp in the water, and just sort of like they're still sliding, but not as fast as they were trying to swim.
Just
Mhm.
floating.
Oh, hi, toxic blue sky. What are you doing?
Hey, there's a toxic blue sky.
Yo, how you
Yeah.
doing?
Is that our shoe shark?
I think so, yeah.
I thought Toxic
That's a-
Blue Sky was Kit Kat.
No, Kit Kat is the shroom.
I think we should just have everybody
Kit Kat is
just be named Cool Person.
Cool person. Hey,
Yeah.
what up, cool
I
person?
appreciate this.
Toxic blue sky is shoe shark.
Oh, yay! But go ahead and do whatever you guys would like.
Does somebody have
Um,
arrows that we can shoot at these?
Pigry does sort of like look up and say, "We heard a voice, didn't we?"
We did, and I really would like to go.
Okay.
explore and see
Then
what's
what do
going
you
on.
do?
Oh, you are Kit Kat.
I look around at the others to see what they want to do first.
I go, well, if you would like to eliminate,
Well, hello,
I can do
Kitty
this.
Kitty.
And I'll cast another Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Advantage on attack, I guess, because they're just.
They're sleeping. They're floating.
They're sleepy.
I believe it'll be an,
Yeah, I don't.
it's an auto crit, right? If I hit.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Woo!
Not a crit then.
That's it.
Delicious. That's a hit. That kills one, definitely. It just sort of like bounces out
So
of
there
the
was
stream.
there was one that I killed, and then he killed another one. Was there still two left?
There's two, and one of them's injured from Peakery.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'll just go ahead and shoot one with my
Can I
crossbow.
take a
whatever.
jab? Yeah, and can I take a jab at one with my
Oh,
staff?
with melee. Okay.
I'm never gonna want to get this crossbow bolt back though.
Can
So
can I take a jab at one of them with my staff?
Yeah, there's two left. One of them is has been shrugging off a lot of the magical effects.
So I'm gonna smack it with my staff.
Okay. That
you have advantage.
that finishes it off, I think.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go after the other one.
Okay.
I have advantage because it's sleeping. Is that right?
Yes, that's true. So that hits.
And then it also crits because it's sleeping, or how does that work?
Only in melee. So I'll say this one is for the one that was already sort of like wounded, because that will
Yeah.
finish it off.
That
And
was the
then
one that.
The Miyako would just take her staff and just like.
Do I? Oh, I get backstab damage anytime that I have advantage on my attack.
Sweet. Nicely.
Mm-hmm.
So, all the slaad that you guys sort of have like killed or have like appeared have sort of been killed. Some of their bodies are sort of sliding down into this little like long crevice that has been like carved out, and there's another incline that sort of like drags it down. And
See where they sleep.
Peakery sort of looks at all of you, and he says, "Well, that was great, but I'm going to investigate over here." And he runs over to the gold tunnel. The other
I run
two-
after him.
The other two are red and blue, and he sort of crawls through. And
I run after him.
okay, he sort of like gets to the other side. He looks around. You're there as well. You don't see anything up and down this tunnel.
I turned to Pickery. Do you think they got trapped in one of your traps, and that's maybe what we heard?
He sort of looks at the ones on this side. He sort of shakes his head, and then he looks over to the other side, starts inspecting those. There's a silver one, a black one, and a green one.
Mm-hmm.
And then he sort of like starts stroking his like little chin, and he says, "No, these aren't activated.
Huh.
The one we just passed through, that was on timer. Yeah.
Hmm.
Can you get us through the rest of these traps without injury?
No problem."
See, we don't need to toss the halfway. Problem solved.
Do the rest of you start following?
Yeah. Yeah. At this point, Miyako's put her bags away.
Wait, your
Yes,
what?
definitely follow.
My
Your
daggers.
Oh, you got your daggers out. Okay. So you guys make it through the first one, no problem. You make it through the silver one. Unless anybody wants to take the others.
No.
I'm going wherever Pickery's lead me. I'm not messing with
Okay,
anything else.
Pickery sort of leads you guys into the next
Unlimited
set.
tablet.
This one does not have any slaad in it as well. And then you keep looking around, and you do see that it does have a little sewer grate that goes up. And there's a little ladder there as well.
Is this the same direction where I heard the voices earlier?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
And then he looks to the other ones, and he says, "Oh, this one was activated!" And it's looks like a brown, coppery sort of paint on it.
Well, let's see how it was activated. And there might be somebody either dead. Why are you looking like that, Pickery?
Well, it's just you activated it by going through it.
So somebody has already been through it?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then.
I think we are
So
currently
they're either
behind
dead
someone.
inside the trap or they passed it already.
He sort of like gets his hands on here and goes, "There's no one in it."
All right.
And all of you could
Can you
see
get
that,
us through?
except for Llewellyn, I think.
Yeah.
Alright.
Good to know.
Pick her up and shower. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Yep, there's nobody in there.
Nope.
She's like, I'll let this happen, no big deal.
At this point, there's no fighting it. It's just... I'm wondering if he went up the ladder. Can I start to climb up the ladder and see if I see anything through the...
You
No,
sort of
yes.
climb up the ladder. You see,
Well, if that's an access ladder, it may not be that nasty.
oh no, internet connection is unstable, but it might be okay. Maybe. No, it's not. We crashed.
We're losing the floor.
The stream froze, but now it's catching
The
up.
stream froze, and now it's sort of back.
No!
It's like
No.
you've done like catching up.
It looks as
Internet,
though
why you do
The
this?
stream is down, sir.
the stream is
What
down.
is it?
That's no
I know
fun.
it says live, but it's loading.
Hold on, refresh everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna refresh the stream really quick.
Yeah,
One
tell everyone to refresh.
Oh wait, oh that's how you fix it. Oh, it's fine for me.
no.
What did you do?
Yeah, I always saw it was your latency. It went up like all the way up to red, so now it's like back.
We're good.
Is it still going?
I
Let me see,
don't
we have
I
good
just
connection
refreshed
right now.
and waited
I'm
for it to-
showing.
So
I'm showing offline on the stream. Now it's live.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's live. I'm refreshing it.
I'm
back.
still
Alright.
loading.
Yeah, I always saw it was your latency. It went up like all the way up to red, so it's like
That's unfortunate. Do not know.
I think
We should be fine. Yeah,
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
live.
we're still live.
Yeah, we're good
Mine is
now.
just loading really bad.
Oh.
Showing offline on the stream. Now it's live.
I'm
Okay,
good.
yeah, we're good. But yeah,
I keep hearing
you
someone's
guys
playback,
don't.
Though.
Oh, sorry. What?
Wait.
What was that?
Oh.
Oh God, now. 4.
What's happening?
There you are.
You were lagging so hard.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's
Forgive
all
me.
good.
I'm
So,
gonna have to make an emoticon out of that too.
Mhm.
what face did I make?
Oh, what's going on?
What face was I making? Oh god.
That's always.
Nothing's
Look at
good.
the stream.